Mel's on her way. Yeah, just a note about the stat computer. It went kablooey. About 6 minutes left in the fourth, so they're catching up right now. So we'll get the final stats out to everybody as quickly as we can. We'll do opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions. But Coach, opening statement, please.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations to Seton Hall. Heck of a game by them. They controlled the tempo for majority of that game, and I thought we looked very young, disorganized, but I thought Courtney Pranger had probably the best game of her career. So if you're going to go out on top, and I thought she did that today.
We'll take questions for Coach. Just raise your hand. We'll get the microphone over to you. We'll start with Johnny there in the third row.
Hey, Coach. Johnny Soper, Big East Digital. What was your message to the team post-game, and generally just how proud of you for their fight this entire season? I know it was a difficult season, but how proud are you of their effort?
I'm very proud, and I'm mostly proud of our seniors. Courtney Pranger being one. She's the glue to our team, and you guys saw that tonight, just her fight and will to never give up. And she was the reason why we never quit this season, because how can you when you have a senior playing with all she has? I think the other two seniors had a tougher path because they only played last season, and both of them, unfortunately, were medically disqualified at the start of the season. So I think that's hard as a senior to know you're done and you don't get to put that uniform on one last time. But they continued to travel with us all season. They were every bit a part of our team as Courtney was, and I know they're taking it really hard as well because now you know it's over. It's really over. So, you know, that locker room was a sad locker room. And then to the youngsters, we got a lot of work ahead of us. You're young, but the great thing about youth is you grow up. And so it's no more excuses anymore. It's get back to work and get better.
We'll go to Tim here in the front row.
Coach, with the kind of performance that Pranger had in her final game, did it make that, you know, that last final embrace when she checked out at the end of the game, like, did it make it just that much more powerful, emotional for you?
Definitely, because, you know, I know she felt it, and I think she knows she emptied her tank. And at the end of the day, she can move on to her teaching career, coaching career, whatever, you know, teaching and coaching. I know she knows she went as hard as she could her last game of her career.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Coach, thanks. We'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seton Hall's on their way. I think that's right. Yeah, she was 5 of 8.
Friend.
Sir, how are you? Nice to see you as always.
Good.
Everything's great. How about you?
Good. Here we go, Verlander.
All right, as usual, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll do questions for Victoria first, and then we'll let her go, and we'll have questions for Coach Bozzella. But we'll start with an opening statement. Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you. And, congratulations to Xavier for coming out and playing as hard as they did. And, I know their record isn't what they want to be, and obviously, it's not, obviously a positive record. But I will say this, I looked at all Xavier's scores in the past 10 games, including losing by, I think, 12 points to Connecticut in their last game, and they haven't given up. It's a testament to their coach. They've been through a lot of injuries and a lot of, tough things this year, and, Coach and her staff have them playing really hard, and I know next year with that staff and everything, they're going to be a much improved team in the win column as well. So I give Mel and her credit and her staff a lot of credit for doing that. I mean, you look at the last 10 games, while they weren't wins, they played everyone tough, and including Connecticut recently. And we knew we were going to have a formidable challenge in front of us. And I was really pleased with our defense and our rebounding. Obviously, the young lady to my left, shot tremendously, and that's what she does really well. But what she also did really well, and I told her this in the huddle tonight, was that she competed on the defensive end fantastically. And she was in there for a lot of, loose balls and tips and rebounds and just deflections. I think she had 6 deflections, which is tremendous. And I know she had at least 2 defensive rebounds just in the game when it was, a 50-50 game. And, a lot of people are going to talk about her shooting, which she should. She's a fantastic shooter, and she's an amazing young woman who's been through a tremendous amount of adversity, 2 knee operations, and been through a lot in her career. And there's no one I'd rather have sitting next to me because she deserves it, because of her hard work, her attitude, her team-oriented persona. I've, had a lot of kids have a lot of great games, but I haven't had anyone be as enthusiastically applauded by her teammates than Victoria was today, and that's a tribute to her as a person. I'm proud of our team overall. It's not easy to win. I don't care who you play, when you play, and to win the game and do it the way we did is important. Thank you.
All right, questions for Victoria. First, again, raise your hand. We'll get the microphone over to you and introduce yourself. We'll start with Tim in the front.
Victoria, the one observation in terms of the threes that you made, almost the same exact spot in the court, the wing. Is there something about that spot specifically? And, how would you best describe the zone that you got in, getting those shots in that spot?
Yeah, once I knew I was, in rhythm, I knew, once I get 2 under me, it's I know exactly catch and shoot. Don't even think about anything else. Coach really and the girls really get on me about not shooting and trying to dribble and trying to look for them. But it's I'm so team-oriented. It's not about my shot. I just want to get the win. So when I get it on the wing, I'm really comfortable there in the corners. But wherever it is on the floor, I'm just going to knock it down.
Anything else for Victoria? We'll go Johnny, 2 rows back.
Johnny Soper, Big East Digital. Midway through the second quarter, seemed like things kind of changed. It was a tight game, and then you guys went on a pretty big run and helped kind of build a lead that you never relinquished. From your perspective, what do you think changed there in that second quarter?
I think we just had to be more aggressive on defense and try to get a couple more stops under our belt so we were more comfortable. But you never get comfortable because with Xavier, you know that they're coming back and they're going to fight each possession.
Go to John Fant over here on the left side.
Victoria, I heard you say that, I heard Coach say when nobody deserved that moment more with your teammates after the game. When you think about your journey as a Seton Hall Pirate and the injuries and those tough times, how rewarding is this for you at the Big East tournament to have this type of performance?
Yeah, I give everyone credit throughout the journey. It was tough, it was hard, and there's days I wanted to quit, but my teammates kept nagging me, come on, you got it, you got this, one more rep, come on, get in there. And I just continued to work my butt off, and Coach was there with me, telling me, go shoot, keep going, whether you're gonna get surgery or you're not, just keep shooting, keep getting in rhythm, stay locked in as if you're gonna play. And here I am.
Hey, anything else for Victoria? All right, thank you, Victoria. We'll get you back to the locker room. We'll get reset here. We'll take questions for Coach. Once again, if you have a question for Coach, raise your hand. Introduce yourself, and we will get the microphone over to you. We'll start with Tim here in the front row, and then we'll move to the second row.
So, Coach, when you guys had your lead cut to 8, you called the timeout, and it was like a switch got flipped for you guys, ending the half on an 18-6 run. I mean, what were you telling your team in the huddle that must have resonated with them to turn that 8-point margin into 20 heading into the locker room?
I think, when you have a veteran point guard who's one of the best in the country, like Lauren, I think Lauren did a lot of talking in that huddle. And, her leadership skills are, something that she's really worked on a lot. And today she was a tremendous leader, and I was really proud of her because it was a very frustrating game for her. It was physical, and she didn't let it affect her. And I just let her do a lot of the talking. And we said, come on, we got to get some stops now. Xavier was going downhill on us, and when we played them a couple games ago, they scored 40 points in the paint by driving the ball, and we needed to stop that. Today they only had 20 points. In the paint, they only had 24 points. So we chopped that off by 16 points, and we did a really good job on them for that.
Spencer Gonzalez, WSOU. Coach, you got a ton of production out of your bench. Victoria went off for 18. Jayla Jordan with 12. Amari Wright had to take over a lot of point guard duties when Lauren Park Lane had to go out. What can you say to the success of your bench, and how is that going to help you moving forward in the tournament?
So much. That's a wonderful question. And, obviously Victoria was great. We saw that. And Jayla was fantastic. She has had a rough month, but, she's got great parents who've raised her with the, motto of just keep playing and keep playing hard and working hard. And she did, and she does. And, she was tremendous today, not just with her points, but on her defense. It was really good. And then Amari I've said this many times, if Amari can keep her confidence up, she's one of the best point guards around, Big East, wherever. If she's on a lot of other teams, she's going to be, their starter. And she just happens to play behind a great player. But I love Amari. Her defense today was amazing. I know she only had 4 rebounds, but she must have had 4 or 5 deflections. And she's a great kid. She's a really good, quiet leader. And she's very well respected by her teammates. And that says a lot about Amari and how she's been raised by her parents as well.
Coach, you really tapped into your bench today. So the most I've ever seen your bench. It's really well balanced. Looking into tomorrow, you have a very tough matchup against Creighton. Obviously, Creighton holds the 2-0 series lead against you guys during the regular season. But last season, some magic happened. And hopefully tomorrow, you're looking forward to some magic tomorrow. But with your bench and how you expanded your bench, are you looking to ride the hot hand using your bench as well as you did today, or was it just because Park Lane struggled and had 4 fouls that you really tapped into your bench that much?
Well, we're always going to play Amari. Amari's a fantastic basketball player. We have 10 kids. I thought Kay Satterfield gave us a real good 9 minutes at the end of the game. 6 points and 4 rebounds. She can do a lot for us. I think we're going to play whoever is hot, whoever the matchups are. Creighton's so well coached, and it's such talented players at 1 through 5. It's tough matchups for us. We're going to need Sydney to really establish herself tomorrow in the paint. She's going to have to do a really good job of that and score the ball for us because they're going to attack her on the other end. So we need that. And obviously we need Lauren to play more than 26 minutes. But Amari's got to come in and play the way she can. Obviously, we'd love Vic to make 5 or 6 threes tomorrow. That would be amazing. But we're going to use all 10, and we're going to play it by ear. I mean, I think Azana Bain is one of the best players in the league right now, and she, only had 9 points and 4 rebounds. So I think we got some rest for our kids. I think we're going to come out with a lot of energy and a lot of excitement. I mean, obviously, Creighton is a team that's in the NCAA tournament already, and I think an amazing bunch of players and so well coached. It's going to be a tremendous challenge for us, and we haven't played as well as we were playing last year at this time, but maybe today will spur us on, and we know we have the talent, so if we can put it together and defend a lot better than we did the first 2 times, then we're going to have a chance. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day because they're very good.
Anything else for Coach? Over here on the left, name and affiliation, please.
John Fanta, Fox Sports. Tony, you're not just a coach, but you're a viewer of this sport nationally. And tomorrow, in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament, you have UConn, Georgetown, Marquette, St. John's, then 2 of the top 4 scorers in the country with Villanova and DePaul, and then you guys in Creighton, and we know about the epic games you've played. What kind of an advertisement for the conference and the sport is tomorrow here at Mohegan Sun?
I mean, it's tremendous. I mean, what the other coaches in our, thank you, John, for asking that question. What the other coaches in our league have done is tremendous. I mean, Joe was a well-deserved coach of the year, but look at the job Megan and Denise have done as well. Doug lost both his point guards, and he's a team that no one would want to play right now. And obviously, we know how successful Creighton is, going to the Elite Eight, and look how well they're playing right now. This is as wide open a Big East tournament as we've had since I've been here, but also, since probably Connecticut's been in the league. And, maybe they've taken a little step back, but obviously they're tremendous players and tremendous coaches. But, a lot of teams in our league have played them really tough and really well. Like I said, we beat Xavier by 26, and they didn't look that good at times tonight. But the last game, they only lost by like 12 to Connecticut. So we have a lot of talent in our league, John. And, this league is a well-deserved league of 4, 5, 6 bids. And, we're frustrated because we didn't do enough to earn our chance as an at-large, but we know that if we play our game, then we have a chance to beat anyone in this league. And while tomorrow will be extremely, extremely difficult, we're going to come out with a lot of confidence, and we're going to play loose, and we're going to play for fun. And I tell you, you'll see Seton Hall make 12 to 15 threes tomorrow. Seton Hall's going to play well tomorrow. I hope it's enough, but we will play well tomorrow.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you, everyone.
Coach, we'll
see you tomorrow. Thank you.